A very good afternoon to all of you. This is Yogendra from FOSC. Please confirm if you can hear me. Please confirm. Okay, now a lot of people raising hand and responding back in the chat window as well. Good, thank you. Okay. So guys, today we are at day 3, right? Today we are at day 3, and as per the agenda, right, what we are going to have in the discussion. So let's have a look at that first. So guys, what is the agenda for today, right? That is there. So you know, on Monday it was day 0. We only talked about the installations and a couple of other things, and that was the completely orientation session. It was no teaching, right? Then after moving from the orientation, moving from the day 0, we were at the day 1, where we discussed data types, right? We discussed the data types, discussed the input and output, how to import the libraries, how to perform string operations, right? That was the concept. Yesterday, that was the day 2, right? We discussed about control flow and loops in detail, right? And when you talk about control flow, you talk about if, else, and elif, right? How you can use these statements, right? These are called conditional statements as well sometimes. And while talking about the loops in Python, we had while loop and for each loop. There is no do while in Python, right? And even for control flow, there is no switch, similar to C programming. We do not have any switch kind of a statement in Python. So, and after that, we had a discussion that what the assignments are, and then question answer session was there, right? Now coming to day 3, that is today, guys. And what we have, again, couple of things very interesting, right? Couple of things, right? Very interesting. So today we are going to talk more about the list. List is an inbuilt data structure used in Python, right? List is an inbuilt data structure used in Python. So we are going to use a list. We know a little bit about the list, but now today we are going to have a very good discussion around the list. And then we will also talk about functions and in Python programming, that how we can write our own functions, how we can call them or someone can call them, right? So what is the way to define the functions, right? Then we are going to talk about tuples as well. Tuple is again inbuilt data structure used in Python. So we will have the discussion around that. After that, we are going to talk about the assignments, right? And then we have solutions for the yesterday's code challenges and assignments, right? And then we have question answers as usual, right? So these are the 3 topics for today: list, functions, and tuples, right? So guys, am I audible to you? Is my voice very clear to you? Okay, good, thank you. So let's start, right? And now I'm moving to my Spider screen. Now I'm moving to my Spider screen. So let's see. As this is the day 3, guys, right? So I'm going to write my code for today in this new file, which is day_3.py. Already we had, day1.py, day2.py. Today is the day 3, so I'm using a new file now, right? And this is your console as usual, right? And this is the editor window we are going to write our code. see this. Guys, if you remember, right, if you remember that on the day one, we were talking about strings, right? We were talking about strings. And at line number 2, now you can see I have declared a string with the name str1. So my variable name is str1. And the initial string that has been assigned to str1, right, is this Bharat, right? And now if you remember, right, if you remember guys, that we were using slicing concepts, right? We were using couple of slicing concepts like, saying like this. Now you understand that what is the meaning, that start index is 2 and then you have to go till end of the string, right? Then you have to go till end of the string. That was the case there. So see on the console window, please, you will get the things. So you see this. Similarly, we had one more variation like this, right, where I was not specifying the starting index, right, but I was giving the end index. In that case, if you do not specify the start index, by default, right, it starts from the beginning. It takes a start index at 0. And then here as well, you can see this, right? And then we also talked about that you can have something like this as well, right? So 2 here, was pointing that your step is 2, right? And when we say step is 2, that means you have to take every second character. So starting from B, right, you have to take this, then leave H, then you have to take A, and then you have to leave R, and then, so on. So every alternate character, every second character you have to, account into the output. That was the case. And now, if I show you this, right, str1, this was also, explained to you that if you do not specify the start, if you do not specify the and, right, it is going to cover the entire string for you. That is there, right? Now, slicing can only work in case of strings only. It can only work in the case of list only, guys. It cannot be used on the integer. It cannot be used on the float, right? Now, guys, let me show one more variation. See, now this time, this is very important, guys, right? This. Please focus on line number 12, right? What is the meaning here? See, I have not specified the start index. That means it will start from 0. I have not specified the end index as well. That means it will take the entire string. It will go up to end of the string. And then stepping is 1. It is simple that if we take a step as 1, that means we are going to consider every character. We are not going to leave anyone, right? Right, and that's why you see in the output we have Bharat. It's, a very simple, straightforward, right? Stepping is 1. That means you have to count every character, right? You cannot leave anyone, right? And now see, guys, right? Now see, if I take, instead of 1, if I take 2, what will happen? In this case, the stepping would be 2 here, right? And then you are going to have, so this is the case, guys, right? This is the case. So now, see this. Remember, guys, I was talking about the stepping 1, okay? That is the stepping 1. Why I'm specifying so much on the 1? Let me change to -1. Let me change it to -1, guys. So no start index, no end index, but stepping is -1. Please all focus on the screen now. This time, if I say stepping is -1, this is actually that we have to, right? We have to move backward. We have to move backward. And now see this, guys. We are not taking forward steps. We are taking backward steps because it is -1. And now you can see, right, this string as the output. So basically, if you look at this closely, right, this actually reverses your string. This actually reverses your string, right? If you specify this step as -1, can you see in the output, guys? This is just reversal of your string str1, right? BHARAT. So this is a straightforward way, right? What I was saying, guys, if you say str1, no start index, no end index, and a step just one, right? It is going to take the entire string. The stepping is one, that means you have to go forward, right? And that's how you print in the output, that is Bharat. But if you change the step to -1, then you are, right, you are going back, right? And if you are going back, that is sort of reversing the string, right? So going back means first character that would be printed would be the last from the string, right? Then the second last, then the third last. So you are actually reversing the string. Guys, is this concept clear? Is this concept clear, guys? Okay, very good. Now, if you remember from your C programming days, right? What was that? There was a kind of a simple toy program that you were supposed to write. What was that toy program? That the program was that, you know, check if the string is palindrome or not. Do you remember that code, guys? Right? Check if, right, if the string is palindrome or not, right? So can we write our code in Python, similar code? Can we write the similar code in Python to check if our string is, you know, palindrome or not? Yes, we can do that. So let's take one str1 from the user. So input method we are calling, and we say enter the string, please, right? Enter the string. So that is the message that will be shown to the user. And now I'm going to check for a if condition, because I know, right, that if I can compare this string, right, if I can compare this string with this string, and if this comparison is equal, that means the string forward string and the backward strings are same. That means my string is palindrome, because what is the definition of the palindrome? That whether you read it forward or whether you read it backward, right, it is same, right? आगे से पढ़ो चाहे पीछे से पढ़ो, कैसे भी पढ़ लो, same है, right? So this would print my string forward and this will print my string backward. So can I compare these two? Yes, I can compare them. So how to compare them? str1 comparison operator, right? And then the reverse of the string would be this. And if they are same, right, both of them are same, that means I can easily say your string is palindrome, right? This is same, right? Your string is palindrome. Else, what I can say? Else I can say, no, not palindrome, right? Not palindrome. So this is a simple if-else statement to check if your string is palindrome or not palindrome. So let's run this piece of code, entire piece of code, guys. So I'm just going to run this, right? It is asking me for the input, enter the string. Let's say I enter Bharat. It says not palindrome. Yes, obviously Bharat is not a palindrome, right? And now let me run again with one example. Let's say this time I take input string as madam, right? And now you can see, right? Madam, जो text है उसको आगे से पढ़ो चाहे पीछे से पढ़ो, right? Forward or reverse is same, and that's why I get the output that your string is palindrome, right? Is this clear to everyone that, you know, right? So so this is the case. I think it's pretty much easy and fun to you know, calculate or, you know, check if your string is palindrome or not in Python, right? You don't have to struggle the way you struggled in your C programming, actually. Right? So anyway, that's the beauty of you know, Python, right? So now coming to the actual, discussion. That was just a revising story so that you can, remember from your day 1 and day 2. And now you can see we also included the control flow as well, right? We included the string concepts as well. So now it should be refreshed in your memory. Now we are going to talk about list today. So let's have a discussion around that. See guys, let me declare a list. Let me declare a list. So that list 1 is equal to, right? So see this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So this is our list, guys. So let me select it and run it, right? So this is the case. And now see guys, the slicing concept that you have understood, that you have used in case of, right? The slicing concept that you have used in case of strings, they are applied in the list as well. They can be applied, with the list as well. So let's see a couple of slicing concepts quickly. If I want to, print only the first item from the list, guys, you know that this is the first item in our list, right? This is the second item, this is the third item, this is the fourth and fifth, right? So these are the 5 items in my list, and now you can easily understand that all of the items as of now are integer, right? 1 is integer, 2 is integer, 3 is integer, 4 and 5, so on, right? And now if I want to print the first item, so just index 0, right, is sufficient for me, right? And now see this, what would be printed? It is printing the first, item from the list. We can have the range as well, right? I can specify the range as well. So if I say 0 and then going up to 4, that means 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, items print honge, 4 is excluded, right? So now you can see this as well, right? And I have a question for you guys. What would be the output in this case? If I say the index is -1, what would be the output in this case? This is the question for you guys. So Pallavi says a 5, Shilpa saying a 5. So that -1 is now pretty much clear for us, right? -1 means the last character. And mind it guys, you are wrong if you are assuming that it will print your list in reverse order. This is just specifying, guys, this is just specifying the index. If you want to print your list in the reverse order, remember we had this syntax, guys. We had this syntax, right? So this line number 33, it is just saying -1 pe kya hai, and -1 means the last item. So we have the last item 5. If you want to reverse, then you have to use this syntax, right? So don't get confused, guys, right? And see this, we have now the reversal of the string, right? So guys, is that clear, everyone? कुछ लोगों ने गलत आंसर दिया, क्या वो अपने आप को अब करेक्ट कर लेंगे? Yes, they made a mistake, right? Okay. Yeah, Sarabjit, you were wrong. I think you gave the wrong answer. Anyway, no issue with that, right? So this is the case, guys, right? So if I say like this, right, I'm not specifying the start index, so it will start from 0. I'm not specifying the end index, that means it will take the complete string, and the stepping is -1. That means it will go in the reverse direction. So it will start reading the last item first, then the second last item, then the third last item, and so on. So obviously it reverses your list 1 contains, right? So this is the case, guys, right? That's there. Now, that was the concept around indexing. So indexing concept remains the same what we had in case of strings. One more story around the list, guys. List can have, items from different data types as well. list can have items, right, with different data types. So I can have one item which is integer, let's say. I can have another item which is, let's say, float, right? I can have a third item which is str, right? So I say a FOSC, let's say, right? So now you can easily see, guys, that this time list one has three items, right? This is the first item, this is the second item, this is the third item. So it has three items right now, right? And now it is, equally valid declaration. Now you can see this, guys, right? It is equally valid, and if you want to know how many items my list has, so it is very easy. We can call the alien function, what we called in case of a string as well, right? And I can pass the name of my list. The name of my list is list1, and there you see it gives you the count 3, right? So that is the case. And now you can easily understand, guys, that if we have, a different data types, right? This was integer, this was float, and this is str. That means list is a heterogeneous data structure. List is a heterogeneous data structure. एक और टर्म होती है जिसको homogeneous कहते हैं. Homogeneous का मतलब all the items can only have the same data type. It cannot have the different data types. But in our case, right? In our case, right? It is, allowed. So our list is heterogeneous in nature, right? So this is the case. So is that clear with everyone, guys? Is that clear? Right? Okay, right. So indexing is same as slicing is same as, a string, right? So this is the case, right? And now all of the data types are different, right? Can we print the individual data type of every item in the list? Can we print, guys? Focus on my story now, and then later on you can have your questions, right? What I'm saying, can we print the type of every item individually? Yes, we can type. Can we run a loop here? Yes, we can run a for loop here, that for each item in list one. What I want to print? I want to print the type of every item. So I have to go for print statement. और item का क्या चाहिए? Type चाहिए. So I have to go for type method. और क्या pass कर देंगे उसके बीच में? Item pass कर देंगे. So now you can easily see, guys, this will print the data type for every item you have in your list one. So there you see, guys, it is integer, it is float, is it str, right? So we got the type. Okay, so this is the case. Now let's understand, a couple of more interesting, stories around lists today. So I take the list again with the same values, like, we started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See this, guys, what I want to do now. Now, in the list one, guys, what I want to do, please focus, please listen, everybody, right? I want to change this 1 to 10. That means I want to replace, right, 1 with new value. And what is the new value? That is 10. How can I make a replacement? How I can assign a new value at index 0? It is easy for me. So how to access the index 0 value? Index 0 value can be accessed with this indexing, list 1, index 0. And I can use the assignment operator here, and I can assign a new value here. Right now the value is just 1, but I want to write a new value, which is 10 here. So now, guys, write this and see this. It is successfully executed, right? And now you can see when you print the list 1 on the console, right? If you print list 1 on the console, see this, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what was earlier here? It was 1 earlier, but now what we have 10. That means we can change the values in the list. That means we can change the values, we can change the items in the list. Guys, do you remember, was it allowed in case of strings? Was it allowed in case of a string? Can you change a letter in the string? Is it allowed there? No, it is not allowed there, right? That means strings are, right? That means strings are immutable. Strings are read-only, right? But list is mutable. List is mutable, that list can be changed. List is changeable, right? Is that concept clear with one? So list is mutable, right? We can change list, so we can change list, right? And one more thing, list is mutable in Python, right? Unlike strings, right? That is the case. That is the case. Okay, fine, very good. Can I add, right? Right? Can I add? Okay, so whatever functions he used in case of string, guys, मैंने ये बोल दिया कि strings तो जो है immutable हैं, they are read only, right? जो भी functions आपने apply किए, they all changed the display, right? They only changed on the output. Original string was never changed, right? Original string was as it is. Only, you know, when you applied to upper or lower kind of functions, only the output was getting changed. The original string was same, right? Now, coming back to the list discussion. So we are clear with this now. Now, guys, now I want to add a new value to the list. Now I want to add a new value to the list. How I can do that, right? So for that, I have a method in list, and that is called as append method. Guys, what is the method we are calling with the list one? Using the dot operator, append method. Provide the value that you want to add. So let's say I want to add 100 in the list, right? 100. This is the value I want to add in my list one. So what you have in the list one right now, in the list one right now, you have these many items. 10 is there, 2 is there, 3, 4, and 5, right? And now I append 100 there, guys. See this, what happens. And let's print the list one here, right? Can you see, guys, that 100 has been added in the last, right? 100 has been added in the last, right? Let's take one more example of append, right? I want to add 101 in this case. List one dot append, guys, 101. And now print the list one again on the console. There you see 101 has been added. Then what is the functionality that we are using append function? Append will always add the value at the last, right? Append means adding the item. Append means adding the item in the last, right? Append is a method that we are using here. So guys, is append method, right? Is append method clear? This method will always add, right? The last, right? You have no choice. If you are calling the append, it will always add it at the last. But that may not be, right? That may not be my requirement sometimes. I want to add my value at certain index, right? I want to add, let's say, right? I want to add, let's say, some value at index 1, for example. For that purpose, I have another method. What is that method? List one dot insert. Insert is the new method. What it says, give me the index at which you want to add. So let's say I say index 1. Okay. After the comma, it says, give me the value that you want to add. So I say, okay, please add 11, for example, right? So insert means adding a particular value at a specific index. In this current example, at line number 56, we are adding at index 1, right? And what would happen to the value which is already at index 1? That value, can you see, guys, this is at index 0 and this is index 1. So we are going to get new value here. What would happen to the 2 now? 2 would be shifted, you know, by 1 position next, right? So 2 will move to the, you know, 3 position, 3 will move to the 4th position, 4 will move to the 5 position, 5 will move to the 100. So you have a shift, right, 1 by 1, and you will get a, you know, 11, right? So let's run this, see this, guys, run it, and then you will see the difference that we have insert a new item in between. Now you can see, guys, earlier you had a 2 here, now you have 11 here, and that 2 actually shifted, right? And correspondingly, all the items shifted by 1 in the right, you know, to the right. That is the case, right? So that is the case, right? This is right. This is the case. So guys, is the insert method clear to you? Is the insert method clear to you? Yeah, very good. Now guys, using append or using insert, I have added the items, right? Either you call append or either you call the insert, right? Either you called append or either you called the insert. You have added the items, but can I remove the items from the list as well? Yes, you can remove the item from the list as well. So let's see guys, what is the method we are going to use? Remove method is there, right? Remove method is there, right? And now see what happens guys. In case of remove, you have to specify that which value you want to remove. Guys, are you getting this? You have to specify which value you want to remove. So let's say you want to remove 11 from the list, because you know 11, we have 11 in the list, right? So I'm saying please remove 11. Okay, let's run this guys and see. I'm calling remove method, and now see, after removal, let's print the list. And now you see guys, we do not see the 11 anymore. 11 has been removed, right? 11 has been removed guys, right? So that is the case guys. Now let's say I want to remove an item which is not in the list. So let's assume guys, I want to remove an item, accidentally I want to remove item 1000 from the list. Is 1000 available in the list, right? Is 1000 available in the list? No, it is not available in the list. Then what happens in this case if I want to remove? See guys, we got the error. So if you want to remove an item that is not in the list, you will get an error. And what is the error? That item is not in the list. The item that you want to remove, right? Actually, right? You want to remove, right? This is not the valid case. Can I handle this error, guys? Right? Can I handle? Right? So this is the value error. That means item was not found in the list, right? Now, can I handle this error, guys? Right? See this. I can do one thing. I can make this, right? There is a method called in, right? So let's say this is my list one, guys. Please focus on the console window, right? And I say 10 in list one. So I'm writing expression 10 in the list one. This is, I want to check if the 10 is in the list one or not. It says true. That means 10 is in the list, okay? 2 in list one, again true, it says 2 is also there. Okay, I say 1000 in list one, it says false. No, it is not. Using this mechanism, I can write a if statement. See this, how I can write something like that. If, right? If 1000 in list one, agar 1000 list one mein hai, to kya karna hai? List one dot remove, and what to do? 1000 को remove कर देंगे. Else we can print a message to the user, item not in the list, right? Item not in the list. So this is how we can handle that error. And now if item is not available in the list, 1000 is not available in the list, we will get a proper message. We will not get the error this time, right? And what the proper message we have got this time, guys? Item not in the list. This is kind of a mechanism which is called as, you know, exception handling, right? This is how just using a if else statement, right? Just using a if else statement, you were able to handle that case properly. Guys, did you get this concept that using in operator, we were able to identify first कि वो item है भी या नहीं? If that item is there, right? We are going to remove it. Otherwise, we are not going to remove it, right? Okay. Now guys, I have something interesting again. Let's say I have a list which has couple of items like this, right? See this, I have couple of items like this. See this. And now I have a question, very interesting question, please focus, right guys? I want to remove, right? I want to remove all the instances of value 2 from the list 1. I want to remove this 2. I want to remove this 2 as well. I want to remove this 2 as well. I want to remove this 2 as well, right? And if this is your list, and to remove 2, right guys, if you remove, if you call the remove method that remove 2, it will only remove the first, occurrence of 2. That means it will only remove this value, right? Because remove only removes one item at a time, right? And there is no method called remove all. There is no method called remove all in the list. And now you can see, guys, list 1, now you can see 2 is there. Which one? This 2 is there, that 2 is there, and that 2 is there, right? And now that means I have to again call the list 1 dot remove, right, to remove the next from that. And now see, after this execution, guys, again you will see list 1. Now you can see this 2 is there and this 2. So 2 more, values are there. So I can again call list 1 dot remove, right, 2. Okay, now after doing this, see this what happens, 1, 2 remove, and now we are left with the last 2, and again we can call list 1 dot remove, right, list 1 dot remove 2, right? And now you can see this way you were successfully able to remove all the values of 2 from the list. Is it a good idea, guys? Do you think it's a very good idea? Should we go for this kind of a way of removing, right? No, it is not a very good idea, right? It is a very crude way, right? It is a very crude way to remove any item from the list. Okay, then what we can do for that case, right? The best way that we have to use a loop, right? Because you can see something remove is happening every time. Remove this, remove again, remove again, remove again. So that means you have to call remove method 4 times. If the 2 is 4 times there, right? And if you want to handle such kind of situation, right? If you want to handle such kind of a situation where you have multiple items, the best way, right? Because you don't know how many times you will find the 2 or some other value. It can be 2 there, it can be 3 there. So let me write a indefinite loop. In that case, I should go with the while loop, right? And in the while loop, what condition I can write? While 2, right? While 2 in list 1. जब तक 2 list 1 में है, क्या करते रहो? List 1 dot remove 2, right? So list 1 dot remove 2, right? So this is the simplest while loop we can write to remove multiple values of the 2 from the list 1, guys. And now you can see this, guys, all of the occurrences of 2 have been removed there, right? So we are using a while loop, right? And I said you guys, right, that there are 2 types of the loop: indefinite iteration and definite iteration, right? And because we do not know how many times you can find the 2 in the list, right? And that's why we go for indefinite iteration. Using a for loop here is not a very good idea, although you can do that, no doubt about it, you can do that, but it is not a good idea. And over the run, you will face issues if you call the for loop here. So is this, guys, clear that how come you can remove multiple items from the list using a loop as well? Right? Okay, I can see a lot of responses now. Okay. Now, see this. Now I have a, list 1, guys, right? Now I have a list 1, right? Now I have a list 1, which has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 items, guys. These are the 5 items, okay? Right? And now, see this, I'm going to call, right? I'm going to call a one more method, which is called clear, Guys, please focus. I can take all of your questions later on, right? We have a lot of things to cover first, and then you will have, sometimes what question you are asking right now, maybe it is available in the discussion itself, right? Maybe it is available in the discussion itself. It has been not discussed yet, but will come in the discussion, right? So please, थोड़ा सा अपने सवालों को रोक के रखिए और हम बाद में उन सवालों का जवाब देंगे जब आप पूछ सकते हैं उस टाइम पे, ठीक है? So now list one dot clear, right? List one dot clear, right? See this. And after calling the list one dot clear, see guys what happened to the list one. It got empty. There is no item into the list. That means whenever you call the clear method, it removes all the items from the list and makes it an empty list. Now this is the empty list. And how you can declare an empty list as well, right? How you can declare an empty list. This is the way to clear, this is the way to declare an empty list, right? This is the way to declare an empty list. Guys, is that clear? Is that clear with everyone, right? Okay, cool. Now see, list. Okay, let me take one more list of, see this guys. This time I'm taking a couple of strings as an item in the list. So let me take this, right? What can be there, right? Bharat, okay, one entry. India, the second entry. Third entry, Hindustan. Okay, let's go for this. So these are the three names in my list one. Okay, and I want to do one thing in this case. I want to do one thing. I want to sort the items in the list one. I want to print the items in sorted way, right? So I want to sort my list. So let's see guys, this is my list one as of now. You can see three entries there. Bharat is there, India is there, Hindustan is there. And now I'm going to call a list one dot sort method and see this, what happens guys. List one dot sort, right? And see this guys, please focus what I'm saying. When I'm running this method list one dot sort, you see you don't get any output in the console, right? You don't get any output. It just says successfully executed because there was no error. So I can safely assume that it was executed very well, but you don't see the output, right? The output is not seen because your original list has been changed, right? Your original list has been sorted now. And now you can see, right? Can you see this guys? Your first item Bharat, then you have Hindustan, and then you have. So this has been sorted in the alphabetical order, guys, right? Increasing order में उसको sort कर दिया गया है. List one has these items, and now using the sort method, your original list one has been sorted out. Can I sort the list in a decreasing order? And currently you can easily see this is in increasing order, a B first and then H later on and then I later on, right? So this is the ascending order, right? If we want to do a descending kind of, we want to do the descending kind of a way. So for that, we have to specify while calling the sort function, we have to specify, there is a flag called, guys, there is a flag called reverse here. Reverse is equal to true, right? True. If you make this, flag or this variable as true, now your list would be sorted, no doubt about it, but in decreasing order, in descending order. And now you can see, guys, your list one has been sorted, but in reverse order now. Guys, do you get it that using sort method, we can do this, right? Okay, cool. I have one more story, to tell you guys. Now, I'm moving to a next, story, but related to a list only. Let's say I have couple of items here, 2, 10, 5, 3, 1, something like that, right? These are couple of items in my list one. And see this, if this is the list one, guys. And now you see on the console, if I print it, list 1, 2, 10, 3, 1, 5. And now, guys, I'm calling you one more function, which is list1.reverse, guys. List1.reverse. And again, if I run this statement, you do not see the output on the console. That means your original list has been changed, right? And now you can see your list one has been in reverse order. Now you can see first, before the reversal process, 2 was the first item, but now you can see 2 is at the last item, right? So, that is the case, right? So guys, this is the case that using the reverse, right, function, you can, reverse your string as well, right? You can do the reverse string as well, right? So this is the case, guys, right? This is the case, guys. Okay, can we identify that what is the index value of 3? Can we identify what is the index value of 3? As usual, visually we can see this is at index 0. This is index 1. So 3 is at index 2 exactly. But I have a function for that, guys. List1 dot index and then passing the value 3. So I want to check that what is the index, right, for 3. And now it will give you this part, guys, right? Okay, what happens if 3 is at multiple locations, guys? What happens if 3 is at multiple locations? So 3 is there as well, right? 3 is there as well, right? Again, the value, when you go for finding the index for 3, guys, it says the same answer. Because whenever you look for the index, it always gives you the index of the first occurrence, right? And now first occurrence is this, which has index 2, and that's why you see the output 2 in the list, guys. Guys, is the reverse method clear? Is the index function clear to everyone, right? Yeah, Mohammed Irfan, we can sort by array key as well, right? We can sort that. You just have to look at the documentation, Irfan, and it is possible, right? We can do that. And now, guys, I have something interesting to tell you now. See this. I have 2 lists here. So one is the list 1, 2, 3. Oh, oops. 1, 2, 3, right? These are the 3 items in the list 1, right? And now, guys, there is no direct method to calculate the indexes of all the 3s. No, you will have to do it programmatically. कुछ ना कुछ उसका कोड आपको लिखना पड़ेगा. Direct method ऐसा कोई भी available नहीं है ना? So list 1 है मेरे पास ये, guys, right? And then मेरे पास एक और list 2 है जिसमें values हैं. For example, it has 10, it has it has 10 there, it has 20 there, it has 30 there, guys. So now I have got 2 lists, guys. Right? This is the case, guys. So we have 2 lists, guys. List 1, couple of items into this, 1, 2, 3, right? 3 items we have. And list 2, guys, we have couple of items into this. And now what is my requirement, guys? Please, guys, listen to me. I want to add, see, guys, I want to add all the items from the list 2 to list 1, one by one, right? I want to take individual items from the list 2 and add them to the list 1, right? So I want to take 10 from the list 2 and add it to list 1. I want to take 20 from the list 2 and add it to the list 1. I want to take 30 from the list 2, right? And, adding it to the, So guys, you can see that I want the output like this. The output should be like this, right? I should have a list which has 1, 2, 3, and then 10, and then 20, and then 30, guys, this should be the output. So these are the input, and after the operation, your list one should have, this value. List one should have that case. So guys, do you understand the problem statement? What I was, saying? Do you understand the problem statement, guys? Right? That, we want to, right? See this now. How I can do that? If you remember what we can do, guys, what we can do, maybe, right? So I have a list one this, and I have a list two, and now I want to take individual items from the list two and add them to the list one. Right? That is the case. Okay, guys, can we do one thing? Can we do one thing? Can we run a loop on the list two, right, and print the items one by one? So can I run a loop like this, that for each item in list two, right, what to do? Print item. So now if you see that using this loop, I'm able to see all the individual values in the list two. 10 is there, 20 is there, 30 is there. But rather than printing, guys, rather than printing, can I do one thing, that rather than printing, I just add this item in the list one using append method, right? So rather than printing, what I'm doing now, just do, just append this item, right, in the list one. And to append, what is the method we have? List one dot append. What to append? Item. So if you run this loop, right, now you will see all of your items has been appended in the list one, guys. See this, guys. Guys, did you get it, that how using a loop mechanism, we were able to successfully add all the items from the list two to the list one? Is that okay, guys, with everyone? Right? We can do one more thing, guys. We can do one more thing, right? We can do one more thing. So see this, we have list one and list two, right? No Aditya Soni, it will not make the list two empty, right? Items are there. And now see this, guys, list one plus list two. See this, list one plus list two. See this, what is the output, guys? Please all focus here, right? See this, we got the output, right? But by just, having a plus in between, you can see neither your list one is changed, list one is originally same, right? And neither your list two is changed. We just got the output using the plus operator on the console. Then what we can do? We can save this output back to the list one, right? So we can say this, right? See this, guys. List one is equal to, right, list one plus list two. So now what is saying? Original list one has only 3 items. What after this addition, we are again, overwriting to the list one, and now list one will have all the items what we require, right? So, this is the case. Okay? And now this is the case, guys. And see, okay, is that clear, guys, that using merging is also possible, right? But merging will not directly work. You will have to assign the output to the list one, right? Okay, right? And now see this, guys, list one, okay, I have again, the same. So list one, see this, guys, right? What happens if I do, see this, guys, list one and list two, and go to the variable explorer. See this, list one is there, 1, 2, 3, okay. I double click on the list one actually, right? I double click on the list two entry as well. So now you can see 10, 20, 30, right? Corresponding indexes are also given there, right? Index 0, index 1 and 2, right? Corresponding indexes in the list one are also given, index 0, 1 and 2, guys. And now do one thing, guys. Let's do one thing. List one dot append list two. Will it work? What would happen if we do this, right? What will happen if we do this statement? List one dot append. See this, guys. Now see, it has successfully executed, but what is the result? Let's see first that. So we appended list two in the list one, right? But now you can see, right? See this. Can you see, guys, that your list two as a complete list has been appended at the index 3 only. Now you can see your list 2. That was the complete list, right? It was appended at the index 3. But our requirement was different. We wanted to add 10 separately. We wanted to add 20 at separate index. We wanted to add 30 at the separate index. Guys, did you get this method that if you append the list 2 directly, it will not solve your requirement. It will not solve your problem. You want individual items at the different indexes. Guys, is that clear with everyone? Guys, respond back. अरे बताओ भैया क्या हुआ, सो गए क्या? Okay, now I can see responses, right? That is not my requirement, guys. This is not my requirement, right? Then what I can do, right? So that means if you do append directly of the list 2, that list 2 will actually append, the entire list 2 would be appended at the index, right? That is not something. Okay, now see this, guys. Let me take one more thing, guys, right? Let me take one more thing. This is list 1 again, right? This is list 2 again. We have solved our problem using loop. We have solved our problem using the concatenation or merging. We are now solving using one more method that is called list1 dot extend, guys, right? Extend. And what to extend? List 2, right? So rather than calling, right? Rather than calling the append method, what method you are calling, guys? Extend you are calling, right? And list1 dot extend list 2. And see this, guys, right? If you call the extend method will take individual items from the list 2 and add them to the list 1, one by one, right? And now you can see on the, a variable explorer, guys, see this, this is the list 2 and your list 1 item, see this, guys, 1, 2, 3 was already there, and now 10, 20, 30, this is the case, guys, right? So this is the case, guys, right? If you have one more list to append, you can later on extend that list as well, right? So this way you can have the case. So guys, is the list clear to everyone, right? Is the list clear to everyone, right? Yeah. So Vignesh, please ask this question later on. I will repeat it, right? I will repeat it, Vignesh, right? During the question answer session, I will repeat it if any question is left, right? So this is the case regarding right? So that the case was there. That was the case, guys. And now, before I, let me, see this. Let me explain here, guys. See this, what was the case, right? We had a list 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3 here, right? And we had the list 2 here, guys, 10, 20, and 30. When you do list 1 dot append list 2, guys, right? When you do this, so basically what it is doing, in our list 1, you have item 1, you have item 2, you have item 3. And now using append method, your entire list has been appended at here. So your list 2 comes here, all the elements, right? Right? And now, right? And if you go for extend method, list1 dot extend, list1 dot extend, right? And then you see list 2. What will happen in this case? In this case, already we have 1, 2, and 3 here. Now 10 would be taken from the list 2 and inserted here, so 10 here. Now 20 would be taken and 20 inserted here, and now 30 taken from here. So extend will add the individual values from the list 2, but append will add all the items at same index, Guys, is that clear now? Is that clear with everyone? That is the case, right? Okay, now we have very two short topics, guys. Now we have two, short topics. We have to understand function, and we have to understand the tuples as well. So, guys, let's quickly, go and take a look around function. So that was the story around a list, guys. Now I'm going to talk about functions, guys. I'm going to talk about functions. Okay, what is that? First of all, functions are the way that using functions you can make your code modular. Modular means you can break up your code, in a systematic way, right? You can organize your source code, very well using functions. You used to write functions in C programming as well, that write a function to add the two integers, right? Write a function to reverse the string, write a function to calculate the length of a string, write a function to concatenate two strings, write a function to do that, write a function to do that, right? So that was the case, guys, right? Similarly, we have the concept of functions in Python as well. We have the concept of functions in Python as well. So how we can do that, right? How we can do that, guys? We are going to define a function. And what is that function, guys? I want to add two numbers, and for that purpose I want to write a function. So how to do that, guys? Def is the keyword. Whenever you want to write a function, def is the keyword. Okay, after that, the name of the function. So let's say add nums. This is the name of my function. Then you have to specify the parameters, that it will take two parameters, A and B, because you want to add two numbers, right? After this, you have to use colon. Okay, fine with that. After that, right, you can use a return statement, and within the return statement, what you can return, A plus B. So now this is the simplest function, guys. You can see what we have written here. Simplest function, def add nums, right? A comma B, right? This is the name of the function. It says it will take two parameters, A and B. And what it returns the summation of the two values. This is the definition. This is the function we have defined, guys, right? This is the function we have defined. And now, how can we call it? How we can call this function, right? How to call this function? To call a function in any programming language, you have to know the name of the function. So what is the name of the function? Our case, the name of our function is add nums. And now I'm going to call it. How to call it? I have to pass the value of A. So let's say value of the A is 12, and then value of the B, let's say that value is 13, right? So if I call this, now it will give me the response. Now see, the output is 25. So how come it was, working? This is the name of the function. 12 goes to A, 13 goes to B, right? And now we are calculating the addition, and after that value is added, right, we get a return here, and that's the output. This is the simplest way, right? We will continue our discussion around functions tomorrow as well, right? We will have a very important discussion, guys. Tomorrow we are going to understand what is map, reduce, lambda, all filter, very important one. So this is the simplest way where you can define your own function, and you can call that function as well. Guys, is this clear, that how come we can define a function, our own function, and how can someone call that function as well? So I think it was a very simple way here, right? Not a big deal, right? So no social, nothing like that, right? So that is the case, guys, right? So if you want to store the return values, and you can say you can take this like sum is equal to add nums, right? So now you can see your variable sum will have that value 25, right? So def is just a keyword saying that what you are going to define a function, right? So def is just an indicator that आगे जो लिख रहे हो वो एक function है. That is the only way, right? So that is there. Def matlab define. Def matlab define. That is there. Now guys, we have used list as a data structure, right? Right. We have, yes, Anup, it is there, but that comes into object-oriented programming concepts, not now, right? It is there, but okay, guys, let's focus again. What we have discussed so far, we have discussed that what various methods, right? Right? We have now come to know the various methods that can be applied, right? That can be applied to the list now, right? So if you remember from the list discussion, guys, we can append to the list, right? We can insert to the list, we can remove from the list, right? We can extend the list, right? We can sort the list, we can clear the list, right? And we can reverse the list. Lot of functions we have discussed, right? And now I'm going to talk about one more data structure, guys, right? One more, a data structure, right? So, what is that? That is, uh, you know, uh, what is the one more data structure we are going to, talk about is tuple, guys. One more data structure is tuple. Tuple is very easy to understand. Very easy to understand. So how to define a tuple first? So tuple are defined like this. So I'm going to define a tuple, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See this, guys. This is a tuple, right? I'm not using a square bracket. If you use a square bracket, it would be a list actually, right? This is tuple, right? Parenthesis. And if you want to know the type of T1, there you see, guys, it is, right? Tuple, guys. That is there, right? This is there. And now, let's do one thing, guys. Can we run a loop on the tuple? Can we run a loop on the tuple? Yes, we can run a, right? For each item in T1, that is the name of my tuple. What to do with the item? I want to print the item. See this, guys? Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now a very important concept coming up, guys. We did that in strings. We did that in list. What I want to do now, I want to change this 1, right? I want to change this 1 to 10, for example, right? So how I can do that part, guys? T, tuple name, at index 0. I want to replace that with a new value, guys. Please all focus on the line number 161, guys, right? T1, 0 is equal to 10. Oh, we got an error. What is the error, guys? Can you see this on the console? Type error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. Guys, do you remember that similar kind of message was, seen when we were trying the same stuff with the strings, right? When we were replacing a letter or a character in the case of a string, SI message wahan pe bhi aaya tha. That means tuples are read only. This is not allowed. Once, right? Once a tuple has been initialized, you cannot, right? You cannot, right? You cannot change the value once initialized. That means tuples are read only, right? Tuples are read only, right? And tuples are immutable, right? Tuple are immutable. If you cannot change the tuple, that means now you cannot append, now you cannot remove, now you cannot insert, now usko sort kar sakte, now usko reverse kar sakte, kuch nahi kar sakte, right? Kuch nahi kar sakte, right? Isiliye we have very limited methods in the tuple. We have very limited method. What are the methods that we can go apply on the tuple, right? So tuple, guys, right? See this. Can you see only 2 methods are there? Count and index, nothing else. Count and index, only 2 methods are there in case of. What is the meaning of count? The count says T1 is equal to, let's say you have something like that, this. See this, guys, T1, right? And let's say I call the count method here for 2. ये बताएगा कि 2 कितनी बार है, right? So now it is saying as 2 is there twice, right? So 1 here and 1 here. Let's say I add 2 here, right? So this is the case, right? This is the case. Shubham, these are the some internal methods, right? So T1 dot count 2. So now you can see. And then what is the index method? वो तो हम जानते ही हैं. Index method string में भी था, index method list में भी था, index method यहाँ पे भी वो बताएगा कि particular value या particular item किस index पे है. So T1 dot index, right? T1 dot index, right? Let's say I want to check the index for value 3, right? So see this 3. So now it is at, right? So this is the case, guys, right? Again, a very simple case here. We declared a tuple here, right? Tuple are read only, right? Tuples are read only, right? And now using a loop, you were just printing the items one by one. Because tuples are read only, you cannot do this assignment. That is not possible, right? And you can call the count method, you can call the index function, right? Now, very interesting point, guys. See this at line number 171, right? Right? Is that what you say, guys? Will it be a tuple? Will it be a tuple, guys? What you say? Will it be a tuple at line number 171? Will it be a tuple? Okay, let's run it, right? And check for the type, T2, right? See this? It is an integer, guys, right? We assume that we are using this kind of a syntax. So it is, it was supposed to be a tuple, but it is not actually a tuple. That means whenever you are using a single value in the tuple, right, and declare this way, it will not be a tuple, right? That means that using a single item, you can't have a tuple. No, you can declare a tuple with a single item as well, but you will have to use comma afterward. Just comma and just leave it, guys, right? Agar aap comma lagayenge to hi wo tuple banega, otherwise it would be an integer, right? And now you can see this, guys. Now it is a tuple. Now you can see it is a tuple. Guys, is this concept clear? Is this concept clear, guys? Ki hum, okay. Now there is a question coming up, sir, why do we use tuple? हम tuple क्यों use करते हैं? A very simple reason, right? तुमने कभी देखा, right, कि you used to use a keyword const in C programming. याद है तुमको एक const keyword use करा करते थे तुम लोग, right? Just to make any variable read only, so that the value never changes, right, during the program execution. So tuples are used for that reason only, that if you want a set of values which should not change, you want set of values which should not change during the program execution, you can use tuple. You can use a tuple as well, right? And that is the primary use of the tuple, right? And major difference between tuple and list, that tuple cannot be modified, list can be modified, right? Tuples cannot be changed, list can be changed, list can be sorted, list can be reversed, right? List can be inserted, but no operation is allowed in case of tuples, Pranali, right? No operation is allowed in case of tuple. I will, continue the discussion of tuple tomorrow as well. I will take a very important, interesting part on the tuple, and you will have more clarity, right? You will have more clarity, right? Okay, can we have a tuple like this, guys? T is equal to this one, and then 2.5, and this, and then you have this as well, guys. Okay, let me take this. Right, is this allowed in the tuples? Let's run it, and then you see, guys. This is a loud ध्वनि, right? That means tuples are heterogeneous, right? Right? Okay. अगर एक ही नंबर बार बार आ रहा है तो उसका इंडेक्स पता करने का डायरेक्ट मेथड नहीं है, वो कोड हमें लिखना पड़ेगा. व्हाट इज द वे, राइट? व्हाट इज द वे? We will have to write a code for that. No direct method, Akanksha, right? So now guys, please listen everyone to me. Before we start your question answer session, right? Before we start your question answer session, I have a couple of things to share with you guys. I have a couple of things to share with you, right? पहले तो मुझे ये बताओ, how was the session for you today? How did you find the session for today? How was the session for you today, guys? Okay, so now people are responding, right, with their messages. Okay, very good, right? Okay, so a lot of people, okay, very good, I can see. That's good. Yeah. So Lovely Sani is saying that your presentation is pretty good. Okay. Now, we will have your question answer sessions later on, right? 2-3 things, guys. Dr. Triloknath Pandey is saying very good. Thank you, right? अब मेरे पास दो तीन चीजें हैं, right? Guys, I have a couple of things to share with you, right? If you remember from the first day, right? If you remember from our day 0, I said you that you can upgrade to certificate option if you want, right? If you want the certificate out of this program, guys, right? If you want the certificate from this program that you have completed a 5 days Python program, right? And that Python program was completely practical. You can now register for the certificate, guys. Now I'm going to share the link where you can register your, right? You can register yourself for the certificate. And I said that day as well that you have to pay 150 rupees. And there is an option to pay using UPI, using Paytm and other tools as well, right? So let me share that list link with you guys if you want, right? The certificate would be given to you at the last day. The certificate would be issued to you on Saturday when you complete the program, right? So after the completion of the program, within 2 hours, you will get the certificates in PDF format in your inbox, in your email, right, guys? So this is the case, and let me share that with you. So this is there, guys. So guys, is this instruction clear to everybody? जो मैं अभी बात कर रहा था कि if you want to register for the certificate, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपका certificate generate हो, जिससे कि आप उसको सोशल मीडिया पे दिखा सकें, जिससे कि आप उसको अपने इंटरव्यू में दिखा सकें, जिससे कि आप अपने दोस्तों में बता सकें, right? You can opt, right? You can opt for, right? You can opt for, a certificate option. So this is your certificate link, guys. This is the link you can, right? Okay, this is not blue. Let me share with that. Sylvester sir, link वो सही से भेजिए आप, इसमें वो लिंक सही नहीं था. Yes, so guys, this is the link now that you will get in the blue now, right? So शुभम नायर, वहीं पे पे करने का ऑप्शन है, यूपीआई से, पेटीएम से, वहीं पे सारी डिटेल्स हैं. जब आप उस लिंक पर क्लिक करेंगे तो सारी डिटेल्स वहीं पे आपको मिलेंगी, राइट? सो गाइस, लेट मी शो यू. पिछली बार जब हमने ये फ्री प्रोग्राम किया था, 500 people took the certificate option, right? So that was the case, guys. Last time हमने जब ये फ्री इवेंट किया था तो 500 बच्चों ने ऑप्ट किया था उसको. So me show you that part as well, right? So guys, now you can see सबसे पहले तो ऐसा, right? ऐसा सर्टिफिकेट आपका प्रिंट होने वाला है, राइट? यस किशोर, राइट? ऐसा सर्टिफिकेट आपका प्रिंट होने वाला है, आपका नाम यहाँ पे होगा, सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ पार्टिसिपेशन, राइट? And when you click on the next, right? When you click on the next, there you have to pay 150 rupees, and there are options to pay. UPI ID is also given. You can scan this as well, right? Right, Paytm number is also given, right? All the payment details are given, and there is a instruction, right? Once, right? Once you pay, right? Once you pay, right, you have to mention your UTR number or transaction ID here, right? Right, you can mention this, right? UTR number and transaction ID, and after entering that transaction ID, after making the payment, आपके पास एक ID मिलेगा आपको, वो ID आपको यहाँ पर डालना है, and then you have to press the next, and then you have to enter your details like name, right, and all. And this link, this payment is completely secure because this is through UPI payment, right? We do not have anything here. ये पूरा का पूरा UPI payment है, Paytm है, so nothing, as such, right? So this is the case, right? This is the case, guys. Okay guys, now अब हम assignment पे चलते हैं कि, right? So last day of the payment is 20th, right guys? Last day की क्लास से पहले आप पे कर दें, right? वहाँ पे ये चीज़ आपको मिल जाएगी, अनुराग सोनी, right? So guys, assignment discuss कर लें आप. Can we discuss the assignment now, please? Mohammad Irfan, I think your suggestion is very good, Mohammad, right? And we will definitely consider your, and mind it. We are very much, concerned about any personal, information, right? We do not share with any third party, Irfan, right? हम ये details किसी भी third party को share नहीं करते हैं. और we are developing a software, right, and system for that. जो भी आपने कहा, पूरा हम लोग एक end-to-end system develop कर रहे हैं education के हिसाब से, मोहम्मद, right? So this is the case, right? That's good. So Nishant Khatwani is saying कि सर मैंने पे कर दिया है. Okay, fine. ठीक है. So Ananta Krishnan, that detail will be come, right? That detail will come, right? So पे करने के बाद फॉर्म को फिल कर दीजिए. पेमेंट करने के बाद काम पूरा नहीं होगा, उस फॉर्म को भी फिल करना पड़ेगा. So please, all the guys, right? Saundarya by Saturday, right? Before the last class, you can do that. No, हरप्रीत अभी नहीं है, आप बाद में भर देना, कोई जल्दी नहीं है, right? So okay, चलिए आगे चलें, आगे की बात कर लें अब, right? So that no, Anshuman, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं, nothing like that, right? Okay, Shivam, right? Okay, so guys, let's come back to, so first पहले एक बार assignment सिल्वेस्टर सर को explain करने दो, और फिर मैं आपको जो है मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि क्या क्या जवाब हैं आपके सवालों के, जो भी है, ठीक है? और आज के जो कल असाइनमेंट्स दिए गए थे उनको भी एक बार डिस्कस कर लेंगे, ठीक है? So let me See this, guys. Right. So let me open the assignments.py, right? So see this, day 1, day 2, and day 3, guys. So 2 assignments for today.
Yes, sir. 2 assignments.
Okay. So guys, right? Guys, can you look at the screen now? Please अब सभी लोग जो है वापस स्क्रीन पे अपना ध्यान दे दें, राइट? वापस अपना ध्यान यहाँ पे दीजिए और अब जो है आगे की कहानी सुन लीजिए प्लीज, राइट?
से बस फॉन्ट्स को इंक्रीज कर दीजिए सर, राइट हैंड साइड को कम कर दीजिए. Good evening, guys. The bad boy is back again, huh? Guys, hope you people are really enjoying doing the assignments. Can you give me a feedback on that? Are you people really enjoying doing the assignments? Or they are very easy for you? Or are they very tough for you? Yeah? Shweta Chaudhary is saying, yeah, enjoying. Mihir Mathur is saying, Mihir from, I think so, from JCRC University, Mihir. Good. Good to see you back. Yeah. And Divesh is saying, welcome back, bad guy. Vandana is saying they are beneficial for me. Good, good. Okay. So today we have 2 assignments, assignment 6 and assignment 7. Yeah. So guys, stop chatting now and let's concentrate on the screen now. Today we have 2 assignments, assignment number 6 and assignment number 7. Assignment number 6 is, if you have done the earlier assignments, is an easy one. You remember I gave you a salary question that you need to remove the dollar sign, you need to remove the comma, you need to also convert that data into from a string to an integer. Okay. A similar set of question is asked today as assignment number 6. And the file what you need to create is salary2.py. And what has been given is, if you see the line number 134, I have given you salaries is equal to a list. So guys, what you need to do today in this assignment is, you need to use a for loop and read all the items from this list of salaries. And then perform the same thing and convert and give me again a list of salaries in integer values. Guys, did you get me now? So on line number 134, you have a list of salaries in which you have a string, in which you have a dollar sign, in which you have a comma. So you need to do the 3 things. You remember? You need to remove the dollar sign, you need to remove the comma, you need to convert into a integer. But this time you need to do from a list of items. This is your assignment for today, assignment number 6. Clean the messy salary from the list. Is it clear, guys? Sir, can you show, run a solution show?
Yeah, which file? Salary 2.
Salary 2.
So guys, this time, this question is same as what we have yesterday, but in yesterday's assignment only one salary was given. Now you have set of salaries, right? That means you have to go for some looping mechanism and all, right? And then you have to right, this is the case. So let's run it, right? uh, just a minute. See this, guys, right? You see the output here, right?
So guys, see the input was in line number 18 on the left hand side, salaries. What you had? A list of salaries. But the output, if you can see on the IPython console, the dollar sign is removed, the comma sign is removed, and the string is being converted into integer. This is the output what I want from you people. Is it clear, guys? This was an easy one. So we can go to the next one now. Next assignment is assignment 7. It's a shopping list. Okay. Sir, I'll request if you can run this program, they'll have a better understanding. Then I can. Shopping.py.
Should I run it?
Yeah, you can run. थोड़ा बड़ा कर दीजिए सर. So guys, concentrate on the screen what you need to do. What you need to do in your assignment number 7 is you need to create a shopping list program for me. That means just imagine you people are going out for a shopping. So what you do? You people prepare a list. A similar program I want you people to make in Python for me. So if you see, when you run the solution, whatever solution you'll be making, it will say, what should we pick up at the store? And it says, enter done to stop adding items. That means I need to take multiple inputs infinitely from the users. Did you guys get what I'm saying? You need to take multiple inputs from the users. Let's imagine I want to buy eggs today. So I enter eggs there. So can you do that?
Add
Eggs, yeah. Okay, I want to buy eggs. Then I want to buy a bread. Okay, I want to buy, say, jam, a bottle of jam. Okay, and now I've done. That means I have only 3 elements in my list. I have to give in capital DONE done. And when I give in capital DONE done, what will happen? My loop will break. And what it will print? It will print the 3 items for me. That is eggs, bread, and jam. Here is your list. And internally what you need to do, guys, you need to store all these elements where? In a list. And I think so Yogendra sir has taught you today how to use a list. Okay, and you people also know how to use a while loop. Why? Because you need to take multiple inputs from the user infinite times, and you need to break that loop when you people have typed DONE done in capital. Guys, is this clear to you people? The assignment number 7, what you need to perform. Yeah? Yes, sir, you can carry.
ठीक है. So ये तो these are the details regarding the today's assignment, guys, right? These are the details regarding the today's assignment. And what about yesterday's? Yesterday we had 3 assignments, right? Yesterday we had 3 assignment. What was the first assignment, guys, from yesterday, right? If you remember, so let me close this, right? One was this salary. You have to clean the salary, right? So that was the case. So let me show you that part. See, guys, see this, how the salary has been cleaned, right? How the salary has been cleaned, guys. So let's say this is your salary. So let me increase the font a little bit, right? This is your salary, guys. That was your salary, right? And now first you have to remove the dollar from here, right? Right? See, this is this string, and now you want to remove the dollar, and dollar is at index 0, that you can easily understand now. So If you want to skip the dollar, right, you can start from index 1. So how we can do that? Salary, right, and indexing is starting from 1 and then going to the last, and we assign the salary again to this. So now see this, what happens in this case, guys. In this case, you see what is the salary we are getting. So salary is now this. So now your dollar has been removed, but you have the comma again. Your comma is there, right? So what you can do with that part? So maybe you can do one thing. There can be multiple ways, but you can do one thing, that using comma you can split this salary, right? So what you can do, guys, salary dot split using which character or which letter? Using comma, right? And storing the output in a list. So let's say list 1 is equal to this, guys. So now see this. Now what has come in the list 1? This is the case, guys. Can you join them back? क्या हम इन दोनों items को फिर से join कर सकते हैं? Yes, we can join them, right? How to join them? List 1 with what? अब मैं बीच में कुछ भी नहीं join करने के लिए डालने वाला हूँ, ना मैं comma लगा रहा हूँ, ना space लगा रहा हूँ. It is like, now you can see this, guys, and now see if that is the case, right? Our salary has come, but without the comma now. बट अभी भी ये स्ट्रिंग है, तो मैंने इसको यहाँ पे बोल दिया सैलरी इज इक्वल टू दिस. तो सैलरी अब आपकी ये हो गई है, बट वो अभी भी किस में है? str फॉर्मेट में. इसका टाइप अभी भी str है, बट कैन बी टाइप कास्ट इट. अगर हम इसको टाइप कास्ट कर देंगे तो इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगी, तो इंट सैलरी. सो नाउ सैलरी इज इक्वल टू दिस. तो अब हम इसको यहाँ पे we can do this. So now you can see finally your salary has come into the right format, which is a number actually, right? So this is, these are the couple of statements that can help you to solve this problem, guys. Is this a way of solving that assignment clear to you guys? क्या ये आपको clear है ये चीज? Right? Okay, cool. Yeah. And now what was the another case, guys? What was the another case? Another assignment was, guys, this senior citizen. कि आपको एज के बेस पे बताना है. Based on the age you have to tell whether it's an infant or it's a child or it's an adult or it's a senior citizen. So now you can easily understand this is just a control flow kind of a program, right? So where we have the file name, Sylvester sir, file का नाम क्या है?
कौन सी सर?
ये adult वाली और
ifelse.py.
ifelse.py. Okay, so this is the ifelse.py, guys. Okay, so Neha Gupta has suggested me कि सर ये ifelse वाली file है. Okay, thank you. So now you can see, guys, ये आज हमारा code है यहाँ पे, and there you see it is a very simple if else kind of statement. See this, guys, बहुत ही clean. This is the age you are getting, and now based on that you have to go for if elif, and see this. What is the first condition? If age is greater than 0 and less than 1, then we are saying infant. If age is greater than 1 but lower than 18, it's a child. If it's greater than 18 and lower than 60, it's an adult. And if it's more than that, right, we come to else part, it's a senior. It was a very, right? So this is the case, right? This is the case. Is that clear with everyone? I think, right? So क्या ये चीज़ इसमें तो मेरे हिसाब से कोई इतना इशू मेरा मानना है कि right? So I think Deepesh, you can handle that, right? आप उस एज को आप उसको handle कर सकते हो. You will have to write some extra code and you can handle that part as well, Dinesh, right? So या कनक वो आप जो है but age can never be 0, तो ऐसे कुछ conditions आपको लगानी पड़ेंगी, right? So that is the case. तो जसकीरत फ्लोट में इसलिए लिया है, फ्लोट में इसलिए लिया है कि जैसे किसी ने डाल दिया 0.5, राइट, या 1.5 या 2.5, कोई 2.5 साल का है, कोई 3.5 साल का है, ऐसा कुछ डाल दिया जसकीरत, तो उसको हैंडल करने के लिए फ्लोट में लिया हुआ है, राइट? So that is the case. So that will be right. Now, after this, what was our the third assignment, guys? What was our third assignment for yesterday? Fizz buzz, right? Fizz was there, right? Fizz was there, right? And a very interesting part, right? Again, you know, इसमें आपको जो है multiple, right? चीजें करने के लिए देखना था, right? तो यहाँ पे जो कोड लिखा है, अगेन देखिए यहाँ पे, we are going through a while loop, right? While I is less than 50, guys, right? And you are increasing the I by 1, right? So ये जब तक चलता रहेगा जब तक I की वैल्यू 50 से कम है. And now what we are doing, guys, if I is, you know, divided by 3 and divided by 5 completely, right? Complete का मतलब पूरा पूरा divide हो रहा है. If I is multiple of 3 and 5 both, then we are printing fizz buzz. If I is multiple of 3 only, right, we are using fizz. And if I is multiple of 5 only, we are printing buzz. Otherwise, we are printing that number as it is, right? आप इसको while से भी कर सकते हैं, आप इसको for से भी कर सकते हैं, right? That is not a issue, right? Guys, you can use, you know, so Aditya Barwal ने भी ये जो कोड मुझे जो है वो दिया है, right? So you can, you know, do the same using for as well, right? So in that case, what you can do, can we change this piece of code in the for loop, guys? क्या हम इसको for loop से भी कर सकते हैं? I think we can do that part as well, right? So यहाँ पे देखिए for each I in range, right? 1 to 51, right? So that we can do that part, right? And then if that is the case, guys, right? If that is the case, we can, you know, do using that as well. So using for loop is also okay, right? And but you don't have to do this now. इसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है अब तुम्हें. So finally, you have this, guys, right? So now you can see this 1, 2 phase, right? And then, so using for loop as well, this is right. This is the case, right? Yeah. अब बहुत सारे तरीके हो सकते हैं, right? You can have multiple ways to solve the same problem. You can have multiple ways to solve the same problem, right? So that is the case, right? So ठीक है. So Mohit, there can be the ways, right? Don't worry about that. So so that is the case. So Surbhi, एक बार वो कोड बताना आप, right? So लक्ष्य Python की कोई book generally. So I okay, let me finish. So guys, is this clear कि fizz buzz को हम while से भी कर सकते हैं? We can solve it using while. We can solve it as for loop as well, right? Both ways are possible here. Nothing big deal with that. But again, a very it was an interesting question to solve actually, right? Now see this. So अब हम एक एक करके, right? So यहाँ पे मैसी सैलरी का जो कोड था वो क्या था? What was that salary part, guys? Salary.py. See this. हमने इसको यहाँ पे, you know, see this. Okay, let me tell you guys, right? नेहा चौधरी, ऐसा रिवर्स पॉसिबल नहीं है. रिवर्स पॉसिबल नहीं है, right? So see this. See this, guys. Aditya, I'll answer this question later on, right? एक एक करके मैं सवालों को लेने वाला हूँ, तो प्लीज आप देखिए एक बार इसको. मैं इसको दूसरे तरीके से भी कर सकता हूँ क्या? See this, guys. This is our salary, right? Can I go for something else like salary dot replace? This time you can go for a replace method in which what you want to replace. We want to replace the dollar with what? With you know, a blank. So we can have this part as well, right? So salary is equal to salary. See this, guys, क्या ये काम करेगा? And now see this salary. Your dollar has been removed, and now you can use one more salary where you replace the comma, right? You can use one more salary. So now आप comma को replace कर दो. So now you can see your comma also got replaced, right? And there you can see in the salary. And now finally हमें क्या करना है? बस salary को integer में convert कर देना, because ये अभी string है, right? So this is the case, guys. So there is another way as well, right? And now you can see salary is in the right form and in what. So एक तो ये हो गया split और join करके हम ये कर सकते हैं, और एक ये हो गया कि हम इस तरीके से भी इसको कर सकते हैं. Meenakshi, is that clear with you now? Right? So there can be, right? There can be a lot of ways to handle that, right? अब देखो, एक आदित्य जो है बर्नवाल हैं, उन्होंने एक चीज़ लिखी है, उसको समझते हैं जरा. यहाँ पे उनके कोड को मैं यहाँ पे डाल रहा हूँ, इसमें नहीं, मैं दूसरी फाइल जो मेरी हमारे आज की जो फाइल है day 3 की. सो प्लीज सी, ऑल द गाइस सी ऑन द स्क्रीन फर्स्ट, राइट? आदित्य का कहना है कि सर ये चीज़ है, राइट? कि मैं एक लिस्ट लिया है मैंने. सो दिस इज द लिस्ट आई हैव टेकन, and from that list I'm running a loop for each item in list 1. Print list 1 dot index item, right? तो शायद आदित्य को ये है कि भाई आइटम का हम इंडेक्स निकालते जा रहे हैं, तो 2 का इंडेक्स 0, 10 का इंडेक्स 1, 3 का इंडेक्स 2, 1 का इंडेक्स 3, 4 5 का इंडेक्स 4, राइट? बट इसने 3 का इंडेक्स फिर से 2 दिया है. वो इसलिए दिया है आदित्य कि आप जितनी बार भी कॉल कर लो, इसको कहीं पे भी कॉल कर लो, ये हमेशा इंडेक्स फर्स्ट अकरेंस का ही देता है. इट विल ऑलवेज गिव द फर्स्ट अकरेंस इंडेक्स, राइट? तो इसीलिए उसने 2 ही दिया है. आदित्य, इज दैट क्लियर टू यू नाउ? आप कभी भी कॉल कर लो, वो आपको फर्स्ट अकरेंस ही देगा. इसको वैसे आप हैंडल कर सकते हो आदित्य, यू कैन हैंडल इट. देयर इज अ वे एक्चुअली, राइट? यहाँ पे देखो, हमारे पास एक कीवर्ड होता है enumerate करने का, राइट? enumerate. So enumerate, तो ये एक होता है. enumerate gives you the index as well, right? enumerate gives you the index as well. So for each index comma item, अब है ना, आइटम भी मिलेगा और इंडेक्स भी मिलेगा उसका. तो अब मैं दोनों प्रिंट करवा सकता हूँ यहाँ पे, उसका इंडेक्स भी प्रिंट करा सकता हूँ और उसका आइटम भी. तो मैंने फोर लूप में थोड़े से चेंजेस किए हैं आदित्य. अगर तुम देखोगे, पहले हम सिर्फ आइटम ही ले रहे थे, लेकिन एन्यूमरेट क्या करता है, आइटम तो देता ही है, साथ साथ वो इंडेक्स भी देगा. तो अब मुझे फोर लूप में 2 वेरिएबल चाहिए साथ में. सो इंडेक्स कॉमा आइटम, एंड नाउ आई कैन सी. अब आप देखोगे आइटम भी मिलेगा और सी दिस गाइस. सो नाउ यू कैन सी 0 2 1 10 2 3 3 1 4 and 5. So that is the case. Is that clear, Aditya? Right? So that is there. See, guys, right? So यहाँ पे एक आदित्य सोनी ने एक मुझे बोला है कि सर इस तरीके से कोड में अगर लिखूं तो इसमें क्या गड़बड़ है. So आदित्य सोनी कह रहा है कि सर मैं ऐसा कोड लिखूं. So this is the code from आदित्य सोनी, guys. तो कह रहा है कि मैं ऐसा कोड लिखूं तो क्या है, राइट? सो अगर तुम ऐसा कोड लिखोगे आदित्य, तो क्या होगा, तुम्हारा जो भी नंबर आया है, अगर वो 3 से पूरा पूरा डिवाइड है, तो वो कभी भी एलिफ में जाएगा ही नहीं, राइट? अगर वो 5 से पूरा पूरा डिवाइड है तो कभी एलिफ में जाए. तो इंडिविजुअल कंडीशन पहले चेक मत करो, पहले कंबाइंड कंडीशन चेक करो. अगर वो फेल होती है तो इंडिविजुअल पे जाओ. तुम्हें उल्टा लिखना पड़ेगा. दिस हैज टू बी इन द स्टार्ट. इसको इफ में डालो और बाकी को एलिफ में. अदरवाइज क्या होगा, वो नंबर पहले निकल जाएगा. फिजिक्स तक तुम कभी पहुंचोगे ही नहीं, आदित्य सोनी, राइट? या यहाँ पे करेक्ट इंडेक्स मिलेगा तुम्हें, दीपेश, राइट? यूजिंग एन्यूमरेटर you will get the correct index, right? So ऐसे बहुत सारे राइट केसेस हैं. सुरभि राजकुमारी है, वो कह रही है कि सर हाउ आई कैन reverse this number. So let's say number है हमारा ये एक नंबर है, राइट? इसको रिवर्स करना है सुरभि को, तो क्या करें, एक काम करते हैं, इसको पहले str में कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं. So let's convert that str. str1 is equal to str number, right? So see this. And now अब क्या करते हैं, इस str को भी रिवर्स कर देते हैं. So str को रिवर्स कैसे करते हैं? Using this, we can reverse the str. So now you can see this, right? अब हम इसको नंबर में वापस से सेव कर देते हैं, राइट? और str को भी int में टाइप कास्ट कर देते हैं. So now you will have the number back. So now you can see your number is back, but with the reverse order now. But उसने जीरो को जो है हटा दिया है, तो जीरो को भी मैनेज किया जा सकता है. We can do that part. Surbi, right? Okay, what is there for Neha Chaudhary? So import math, import numpy, replace, split. Yeah, that is fine. I think, yeah, that is fine. It is okay. It is okay, right? Okay. Okay. सिमरन, आपका जो कहना है कि हाउ टू डिलीट मल्टीपल वैल्यूज यूजिंग फोर लूप, दैट इज ए नॉट ए रिकमेंडेड वे. सिमरन सलूजा, राइट? आप उस प्रोसेस पे ना जाइए. प्लीज यूज व्हाइल लूप, राइट? यू विल हैव इश्यूज व्हाइल व्हाइल लूप भी चल रहा है और हम डिलीट भी करते जा रहे हैं. दैट इज नॉट द राइट वे, राइट? बिकॉज हमारी लिस्ट इटसेल्फ डिलीट होती जाएगी, तो व्हाइल लूप को पता नहीं रहेगा कि वो लूप उसको कब तक चलाना है, क्या करना है, राइट? सो उस केस में इंडेक्सेस में भी रॉन्ग, कई बार इंडेक्सेस गलती होने का चांस रहता है. सो प्लीज डू नॉट यूज फोर लूप व्हाइल डिलीटिंग आइटम्स फ्रॉम द लिस्ट, सिमरन, राइट? सो कविता गोयल हैं, वो कह रही हैं कि वो कह रही हैं कि सर हाउ वी कैन यूज व्हाइल लूप in if else.py program that takes the value from the game, वो चीज तो कविता वहाँ पे आराम से उसमें if else में की जा सकती है. if else py.py जो था आपका, राइट? यहाँ पे आप कह रहे हो, राइट? इट कैन बी मैनेज्ड, दिस एंटायर पीस ऑफ कोड कैन बी देयर. तो इस केस में आप ये काम कर सकते हो, पहले तो सबसे पहले इस फ्लोट को अलग कर दो, बाद में कर लेना इसको कन्वर्जन. तो यहाँ से हटा दीजिए फ्लोट, और यहाँ हटाने के बाद इस फ्लोट को कहाँ लेके जाएंगे, हम यहाँ लेके चले जाते हैं. एज इज इक्वल टू फ्लोट एज, राइट? ये हो गया. और अब इस पूरे कोड को हम व्हाइल लूप में ऐड कर देंगे. सो व्हाइल इज देयर, राइट? व्हाइल इज देयर ट्रू विच इज रनिंग एवरी टाइम. थोड़ा सा फॉन्ट बढ़ा देते हैं, राइट? ये हुआ. एंड नाउ हम इस पूरे कोड को ही जो है इसके अंदर डाल देते हैं. तो वी चेंज द इंडेंटेशन. सो नाउ यू कैन सी इंडेंटेशन हैज बीन चेंज्ड. एंड नाउ एंटर करने के बाद हमें चेक करना है कि कुछ ने ब्लैंक तो नहीं दे दिया एज. तो इफ नॉट एज, जैसा हमने कल देखा था, ब्रेक फ्रॉम द लूप. एंड नाउ दिस कोड विल वर्क फॉर यू, राइट? दिस कोड विल कंटिन्यू टू वर्क फॉर यू. एंटर द एज, राइट? फॉर child, enter the age 67, senior citizen, enter the age 23. So this is now working, and this time I entered without hitting anything. So now you can see the code has been working that way as well, right? Is that clear, Kavita? राइट रश्मि, हम लोग जब फोर लूप को यूज करते हैं तो वी डू नॉट मैनेज द इंडेक्सेस. हम खुद से इंडेक्स बढ़ाते घटाते नहीं हैं, वो हम लोग खुद नहीं करते हैं, राइट? यस अनीश, पाइथन हेक्साडेसिमल को भी सपोर्ट करता है, ऑक्टल नंबर्स को भी सपोर्ट करता है, राइट? सो शांत दास कह रहे हैं सर हाउ टू रिमूव डुप्लीकेट आइटम्स फ्रॉम अ लिस्ट, इज देयर अ फंक्शन इन द पाइथन? नहीं, डुप्लीकेट आइटम्स को रिमूव करने का फंक्शन तो नहीं है सुशांत. लिस्ट में अगर डुप्लीकेट आइटम्स आ गए हैं, राइट, यू हैव समथिंग लाइक दैट, लिस्ट वन, राइट? You have something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, couple of 2 is there, right? This is there. ऐसा डायरेक्ट फंक्शन तो नहीं है, बट तुम खुद का एक फंक्शन लिख सकते हो, मतलब तुम खुद से मैनेज कर सकते हो इसको। कैसे मैनेज करेंगे कि अगर मुझे एक लिस्ट चाहिए जिसमें सिर्फ यूनिक वैल्यूज ही हों, सो देखो यहाँ पे सुशांत, तो यहाँ पे देखो, लेट्स सी, नाउ आई हैव टेकन दिस, नाउ आई विल रन ए लूप। हाउ टू रन a loop? That for each item in list 1, so I'm running a loop over the list items and now saying, क्या कह रहा हूँ कि if right item not in list 2, वो कह रहा है कि अगर आइटम लिस्ट 2 में नहीं है तो ही अपेंड करो उसको, राइट? सो लिस्ट 2 डॉट अपेंड, so list 2 dot append item. So now you can easily understand सुशांत कि हमने क्या किया है, हम एक लूप चला रहे हैं आइटम लिस्ट 1 के आइटम्स पे। अगर वो आइटम लिस्ट 2 में पहले से ही एडेड है तो ऐड नहीं करेंगे। इफ दैट आइटम इज नॉट इन द लिस्ट देन ओनली वी विल ऐड इट। दैट मींस यू आर ऑलवेज गोइंग टू गेट द यूनिक वैल्यूज फ्रॉम द लिस्ट 2। So there you see 1 2 3 4 5. So Shant, is that clear with you? Right? इस तरीके से कर सकते हैं इस काम को। वैसे तुम लिस्ट को सेट में भी टाइपकास्ट कर सकते हो। सेट मैंने अभी बताया नहीं इसलिए मैं उस तरीके पे गया नहीं। सेट में टाइपकास्ट करने से भी तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा, राइट? सो दैट इज देयर। Neha Chaudhary is saying, sir, without knowing this, how we can take the help, like help math.sqrt, राइट? सो वो तो थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस का केस है नेहा। आप पाइथन की किसी साइट को फॉलो कर लीजिए, बुक को फॉलो कर लीजिए, ब्लॉग को फॉलो कर लीजिए, थोड़ा सा खुद भी एक्सप्लोर कीजिए, राइट? तो फिर बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपको पता चलेंगी, राइट? So Pranav Rana is saying, sir, in the list where there was a repetition of 2, can we keep only 1, 2 and delete other repetitions? So again, Pranav, coding, मतलब there is no direct method, Pranav, right? वो हम कोड से मैनेज कर सकते हैं कि हमारा कौन सा 2 बचना चाहिए, कौन सा 2 रहना चाहिए, राइट? वी कैन मैनेज दैट, राइट? उसको हम लोग कर सकते हैं आराम से, राइट? यस स्वाति, अगर तुम ऐसा करते हो जैसे कि तुमने ये एक छोटा सा कोड मुझे यहाँ पे भेजा है, राइट? That list 1 has Himani, Kiran and Sachin, and then when you do list 1 dot sort, so basically it will sort the items inside the list 1. So now you can see Kiran, Sachin and Himani, right? So Sachin पहले क्यों आया साइटों में, इसलिए कंफ्यूजन है बिकॉज सचिन कैपिटल है, राइट? और एच स्मॉल है, राइट? इसको भी अगर तुम कैपिटल कर दोगे तो तुम्हारा जो कंफ्यूजन है वो दूर हो जाएगा, राइट? वो अपर केस और लोअर केस की वजह से ऐसा इश्यू हो रहा है स्वाति, राइट? अगर आप इसको भी अपर, क्योंकि लोअर केस और अपर केस की आस्काई वैल्यूज डिफरेंट हैं तो उसके हिसाब से वहाँ पे ये इश्यू हुआ है, राइट? अपर केस जो है पहले आता है, लोअर केस वैल्यूज बाद में आती है, राइट? सो नाउ यू कैन सी अब तुम्हारा काम उस तरीके से हो गया है। स्वाति प्लीज रेज हैंड अगर ये आपको बात समझ में आ गई है तो, राइट? या सो ये चीज़ कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे, ठीक है? सो हाँ, अनिल धनकर, तुम्हारा कहना सही है। हम चाहें तो एन्यूमरेट यूज करते हुए अपना इंडेक्स कहीं से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं। तो हम यहाँ पे बोल सकते हैं कि भाई माई स्टार्ट इंडेक्स हैज़ टू बी 1, राइट? सो वी कैन से स्टार्ट इंडेक्स हैज़ टू बी 1, राइट? इन दैट केस तुम्हें अब यहाँ पे पता चल जाएगा कि इंडेक्स 0 से स्टार्ट ना होकर के 1 से स्टार्ट हो गया है। अनिल धनकर, अगर ये बात समझ में आई हो तो प्लीज़ हैंड रेज कीजिए। चैट में रिप्लाई मत करना, सिर्फ हाथ उठाएं। Please raise your hand if you got it. So, सुशांत का काम भी हो गया है, राइट? सुरभि राजकुमारी, did I answer your question? तुम्हें एक नंबर रिवर्स करना था, राइट? Did you get that? Please raise your hand. Okay. अक्षत सोनी, जो तुमने जो भिलाई से जो है जो तुमने जो कोड लिखा है अक्षत उसमें जो कंडीशन आप चेक कर रहे हो ना, इसको इसको इस तरीके से नहीं करते हैं अक्षत, इसको थोड़ा सा आप करेक्ट कर लीजिए, थोड़ा सा गलती हो रही है आपसे इसमें अक्षत। इफ यू आर देयर, देखें यहाँ पे, दिस इज योर लिस्ट वन, ये फाइन है, इसमें कोई इशू नहीं है, राइट। नाउ फॉर ईच आइटम इन द लिस्ट वन, राइट, यहाँ पर जो तुम कह रहे हो कि इफ आइटम इज दिस, तो प्रिंट फिच किया, फिर मल्टीपल ऑफ 5 है, तो ये अलग अलग कंडीशंस हैं सब। नाउ दे आर ऑल सेपरेट कंडीशंस, राइट। एंड इफ दिस इज, तो अब होगा क्या, हो सकता है कोई वैल्यू है, जैसे 15 है, वो 3 से भी पूरा पूरा डिवाइड हो रहा है तो फिज भी प्रिंट होगा उसमें, वो 5 से भी पूरा पूरा डिवाइड है तो बस भी प्रिंट होगा उसमें, और वो 3 और 5 दोनों से ही है तो फिज बस भी। तो मतलब एक ही आइटम के लिए फिज भी प्रिंट हो गया, बस भी प्रिंट हो गया और फिज बस भी प्रिंट हो गया, राइट। दैट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड। तो इसीलिए आप थोड़ा सा क्या काम कीजिए, इस कोड को थोड़ा सा चेंज कीजिए। पहले तो सबसे पहले मल्टीपल कंडीशंस के लिए सबसे पहले उसको लो ऊपर यहाँ पे, राइट, हियर यू हैव टू यूज इफ हियर। एंड नाउ यहाँ पे जब आपने इसको यूज किया है तो अब यहाँ पे इफ यूज मत करिए, एलिफ यूज कीजिए यहाँ पे, राइट। दैट विल सॉल्व योर प्रॉब्लम, अदरवाइज यू विल फेस द इश्यूज, राइट। एंड सिमिलरली एलिफ फॉर हियर एज वेल, राइट। यहाँ पे एलिफ यूज कीजिए, एंड देन यहाँ पे एल्स विल वर्क फॉर यू, राइट। एल्स आपका काम कर जाएगा, तो आई थिंक नाउ इट शुड बी फाइन। नाउ यू कैन सी, अदरवाइज अक्षत वो दिक्कत रहेगा, आपने अलग अलग सेपरेट इफ कंडीशंस चेक की हैं, जबकि हमें एलिफ के साथ जाना था, क्योंकि एलिफ के केस में एक ही कंडीशन ट्रू होगी और बाकी सब बाईपास हो जाएंगे। बट इफ के केस में फिर वो हो सकता है एक ही नंबर के लिए सारी सही भी हो जाएं, इसीलिए उसमें गलत आउटपुट आपको डिस्प्ले होगा। अक्षत सोनी फ्रॉम भिलाई। जय सरोदे, मुझे थोड़ा समझ में नहीं है आपका क्या कहना चाह रहे हो, हाउ टू रिमूव द न्यू लाइन स्पेस टू द प्रीवियस लाइन। आई थिंक यू आर जस्ट सेइंग कि हम जो लिस्ट आइटम्स प्रिंट कर रहे हैं, राइट, probably let's say you want to print some a list, right? List one is equal to, so I think you are saying like for each I in range 1 to 10, right? You want to print I, right? So अब I हर जगह न्यू लाइन में प्रिंट होगा, राइट, न्यू लाइन में प्रिंट होगा। अगर वो नहीं चाहते आप न्यू लाइन में प्रिंट हो, तो आप यहाँ पे एंड करके कीवर्ड आता है और बता दीजिए कि हाउ यू वांट टू सेपरेट द आइटम्स। वो सभी एक ही लाइन में प्रिंट होंगे, पर बताना पड़ेगा कि सेपरेशन कैसे करना है। तो हमने स्पेस दे दिया है, कॉमा से भी कर सकते हैं, सो यू हैव टू गिव कॉमा इन दैट केस, राइट। सो नाउ यू विल सी। जय, क्या यही सवाल था तुम्हारा? वाज दिस द क्वेश्चन यू हैड? अंशुमन साहू, ऐसा नहीं है, अगर कोई बंदा एक ही आइटम बार बार टाइप कर रहा है तो एक ही बार दिखेगा, राइट। आप उस चीज को अवॉइड कर सकते हो, राइट अंशुमान। if multiple entries are there, show one entry only, if you can handle that, right. Ayush Hajarika, like if you want to manage the zero, थोड़ा additional code आपको वहाँ पे लिखना पड़ेगा। You will have to see कि वो जो leading zero है वो वहाँ से remove हो गया actually, right? But leading zero has been, so maybe before typecasting you can actually see that ki how many zeros are there, and later on you can handle that part. Ankit Behera is saying, sir, how we can take input in the list and tuple from the user. That is possible, वो मैंने बताया तुमको, जैसे कि यहाँ पे अंकित बेहरा, इफ यू आर देयर, जैसे एक लिस्ट वन ले लो which is initially blank, and now एक लूप लगा दो। कौन सा लूप? while loop, right? So that while, थोड़ा सा ऊपर कर लेते हैं, राइट, while इसको हमेशा चलते रहने देते हैं, तो ट्रू कर दिया। यूजर से इनपुट ले लेते हैं, इनपुट लिया, ठीक है, क्या है, लेट्स से एड द एंटर द नेम, ये डाल देते हैं मैसेज So enter the name, right? ये हमने पूछा, स्पेस दे दी। अब ये जो इनपुट आ रहा है इसको लिस्ट वन में हम अपेंड कर सकते हैं, बट हम चलिए मान लीजिए इस एंट्री को यहाँ पर डाल देते हैं। नेम आ रहा है यहाँ पर, सो नेम इज इक्वल टू दिस, राइट? ये हमारा यहाँ पर हो गया, और इस नेम को हम लिस्ट वन में अपेंड कर सकते हैं, अपेंड नेम, राइट? बट उससे पहले चेक कर लीजिए नेम कहीं ब्लैंक तो नहीं है। सो इफ नॉट नेम, राइट, तो आपको ब्रेक करना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो दिस वे यू कैन हैव एंट्रीज, एंटर द नेम। सो लेट्स से आपने डाल दिया जय डाल दिया, फिर वीरू डाल दिया, राइट? फिर आपने कुछ और ठाकुर डाल दिया, ऐसा कुछ कर दिया, and then done, right? Now you can see list one has all the entries. Ankita Behera, right? Are you okay there? Yeah, okay, got it. So that way we can handle that part, right? अब वैसे ही टपल में अपेंड नहीं कर पाएंगे अंकिता, टपल्स आर रीड ओनली, so you can only manage through the list, right? So that is there. I have to, Survi is saying, sir, can we extend the multiple lists at the same time? I have to check for that, Survi, right? 1, 2, 3 is there, and let's say list 2 is there, right? 10 is there, 20 is there, 30 is there, right? And then we have a list 3 as well, right? We have list 3 as well, right? So in that case, we can go for 100, 200, and 300, let's say. If this is the case, Survi, can we do something like that? I think you are interested in this part. Extend, and then मैंने लिखा list 2, comma list 3. If that will work, let me check if the syntax is okay. Let me check this. No, it doesn't work. Okay, fine. What we can do, can we merge them first and then extend? Let's see if that works. So I think that will work, right? So okay, got it. So if you want to extend multiple lists, so पहले आप उनको merge कर दीजिए using plus operator, and then you can extend it that way. Survi, you there? Raise hand if you got it. Okay, fine, cool. So Pranav कह रहे हैं कि in the list where there was repetition of 2, can we keep only 1, 2 and delete other repetitions? वो programmatically manage करना पड़ेगा Pranav, direct method नहीं है, right? So Pavitra, I have answered your question. You were interested, right? So how to give the user input for list, right? That was, I think Ankita was asking the same question, right? So I think you got it now. Pranav Rana, I have answered your question as well, right? So that was the case. Sarab Jyoti Vaidya is saying, sir, tuple को sort कर सकते हैं क्या iteration करके? Tuple cannot be changed, Sarab Jyoti, right? Tuples are read only, right? तो वहाँ पे sorting नहीं हो सकती. Sorting is only possible in case of list, right? अगर something is there in the tuple, तो पहले आप उसको list में typecast कीजिए, there आप उसको sort कर दीजिए, और sort करने के बाद वापस से उसको list में वापस से उसको टपल में टाइपकास्ट कर दीजिए, ऐसा कर सकते हैं, अदरवाइज नहीं हो पाएगा. सरबज्योति, यू गेटिंग मी? ओके सरबज्योति, राइट. So Aditya Soni is saying, sir, I'm using PyCharm and I tried that if else program using while loop, and here is the code, but I got the error when I pressed enter key without entering any age, right? Okay, if not age break, while true, age is there. Okay, इसमें गलती है आदित्य सोनी, you have a problem here, right? इसमें ये जो तुम काम कर रहे हो वो गलत हो गया तुमसे. So let me show you, let's show this why it is wrong, right? यहाँ पे तुम क्या कर रहे हो? That is your question. Aditya, are you still there online? Are you there? Please raise hand if you are there, if you're hearing me. आदित्य, देखिए आदित्य ने क्या किया है. आदित्य यहाँ पे एज तो इनपुट मेथड से ले रहा है, लेकिन साथ साथ उसने उसको इंटीजर में टाइपकास्ट यहीं कर दिया है. अगर इंटीजर में यहीं पे टाइपकास्ट कर दिया तो फिर ये वाला तो काम करेगा ही नहीं, बिकॉज ये काम करता है सिर्फ स्ट्रिंग के लिए, राइट? आदित्य, यू हैव डन सो यहाँ पे टाइप कास्ट मत कीजिए, राइट। और इस एज को बार बार पढ़ना पड़ेगा ना, तो वैसे भी इसको अंदर लेके जाइए वाइल लूप के, वाई यू आर पुटिंग इट आउटसाइड द लूप, राइट। तो इसको अंदर लेके जाओ, यहाँ पे लेके जाओ, राइट। और अब यहाँ चेक कर लो कि ब्लैंक तो नहीं है, और अब यहाँ पे टाइप कास्ट कर देना उसको, अब हो जाएगा तुम्हारा काम आदित्य। नाउ इट विल वर्क फॉर यू आदित्य। देयर वाज सम इश्यूज थे तुम्हारे कोड में। यू गॉट इट आदित्य? विश्वजीत त्रिपाठी सिंह सर, व्हाट इज द लिमिटेशन ऑफ फ्लोटिंग पॉइंट अरिथमेटिक? यहाँ पे मैपिंग एंड मैनेजमेंट बहुत ही डिफरेंट है विश्वजीत। पाइथन इज नॉट सिमिलर टू व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ सी प्रोग्रामिंग, राइट। वो अलग चीज है यहाँ पे, राइट विश्वजीत, right? Ayush Hajarika is saying, sir, if we have multiple duplicate item and we have to delete a duplicate item, but not the first one, how? Ayush, वो तो possible, Ayush Hajarika, that is possible. Let's say, you have something like that, list one, आप कर सकते हैं, list one is equal to, you have something like, this is there, let's say, right? So now you can easily see that 2 is duplicate here, right? So you can run a loop actually, right? वैसे तुम loop कर सकते हो, तो देखो जरा यहाँ पे for each item in list 1, right? And what to do? If item not in list 2, तो मैं list 2 लेता हूँ which is initially blank. So let me take list 2 is equal to this is a blank there, and now if it is not in the list 2, then we are going to append it in the list 2, right? ऐसे करने से क्या होगा, तुम्हारी पहली वाली वैल्यू तो बनी रहेगी, दूसरा वाला डुप्लीकेट का नंबर नहीं आएगा। So I think it is not. So for each item in list 1, it's invalid syntax. It is saying list 2 dot. For each item in list 1, that is fine. If item not in, okay, it has to be there. So now if we fix it, so now you can see Ayush Hajarika, list 1 में तो ये था ही, list 2 में you only get this 2, right? 3 से पहले वाला 2 बचा हुआ है, 3 के बाद वाला 2 गायब हो गया। Ayush, if you're getting it, please raise your hand. So that is the case, guys. So Ayush Hajarika, if you are there, please respond. You are there, right? Okay, that's good. तो विश्वजीत त्रिपाठी, मैंने आपको बता दिया, मेमोरी मैनेजमेंट इज वेरी डिफरेंट, राइट, फ्रॉम व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग, राइट। प्रवीजीत कह रहे हैं कि सर मेरे कोड सही थे क्या? हम चेक कर रहे हैं प्रवीजीत, टीम इज इवैल्यूएटिंग, राइट, राइट, वी आर इवैल्यूएटिंग इट। Surbhi is saying, sir, it is always mandatory to pass parameters in a function? No, Surbhi, it is not required. You can, develop a function. So let's say you define a function greetings, right? Which says it takes no parameters but return a string hello India, right? So this is also a valid function and you can call it there, right? आप यहाँ पे call कर सकती हैं greetings, right? You can call it and you will see. Surbhi Rajkumari, can you get it there? Okay. So Divya Prabhat, I think आप खुद से भी जैसे जब आप सबमिशन कर चुके हो, उसके बाद हम नेक्स्ट डे जब आपको सॉल्यूशन देते हैं, उस टाइम पे आप प्लीज चेक कर लिया करो कि मैंने कैसे सबमिट किया था, राइट? दैट इज द केस। आयुष हजारिका, एक बार आप खुद से ये ट्राई करके लाइए और फिर कल मुझे बताइए कि आपने क्या क्या ट्राई किया इसके बारे में, राइट? और फिर हम लोग इसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे, राइट? तो एक बार जब हम नेक्स्ट डे सोल्यूशन देते हैं तो उस टाइम पे चेक कर लिया करो कि कल आपने कैसा सबमिशन किया था। अगर कुछ इश्यू लगता है तो वापस करेक्ट करके फिर से सबमिट कर दो, राइट? दैट इज द केस. So guys, I hope the day was useful for you today. It was good for you. Ayush Hajarika saying, okay, so it was very helpful. Okay, guys, okay. Yeah. तो कल तो बिल्कुल ही दुनिया हमारी थोड़ी सी बदलने वाली है. वी आर गोइंग टू चेंज अवर गियर्स. आज तो जो था वो सबको कल से बहुत अच्छी और चीज़ें जो आपने अभी तक नहीं पढ़ी होंगी, अपने सेमेस्टर में भी नहीं पढ़ी होंगी और अपने खुद से भी नहीं पढ़ी होंगी, ऐसी चीज़ें कल आने वाली हैं पाइथन की क्लास में, राइट? सो Surabhi Rajkumari is saying, "Sir, wish I had a teacher like you at my college." Okay, Surabhi, where is your college? Where you come from? So, so guys, I think we can close the session now. Okay, Guwahati in Assam. कोई बात नहीं, online education ने सब कुछ possible कर दिया, Surabhi, right? So if you are connected, well connected over the internet, everything is at your hand. सब कुछ तुम्हारे हाथ में है. दुनिया में कुछ भी सीखो, कुछ भी पढ़ो, कुछ भी करो, right? It is up to you कि तुम उसको कैसे use करना चाहते हो. Okay guys, we are closing for the day and see you tomorrow 4 p.m. Thank you. Bye bye.